From this point, I start breathing consciously. 100% my lung capacity comes in through the nose. I'm breathing in, expanding the lung capacity, contracting the diaphragm, bringing the internal organs towards the ground. I must allow the belly button to pop out, opening the ribcage to the sides. I sit comfortably on my legs, shins on the ground. After holding my breath on purpose, when the moment comes, by choice not by default, exhalation happens through my lips. First, I'm gonna rest my chin on the chest, and then facing the mat, I visualize a feather sitting on the ground. I'm gonna start exhaling, pursing my lips, intending to move this feather for the longest time I can. Once the F goes silent, close with an S between your teeth. In. Breathing deeper than before, I'm going to bring the shoulders back and down. I'm going to extend the distance between the vertebrae, touching the sky with the top of the head. I'm sitting on Zazen. Relax my legs, relax the muscles I don't need to have intention. From my toes all the way to the top of the head, I'm as relaxed as I can. Holding the breath, becoming aware there's a chemical process taking place. There's a gas exchange. Wait, be patient, calm down the heart. When the moment comes for the exhalation, by choice not by default, resting the chin on the chest, Halandara Mudra. Closing my throat. Pause. Deeper, deeper, deeper. Shoulders back and down naturally happens. Try to hold a coin between your shoulder blades. Hold your breath, and holding the breath, we're going to engage the mind. Looking to the right, relaxing the muscles I don't need to have intention. Then looking to the left. And coming back to the center, chin on the chest, committed. Once the F starts, in. Take the full time you need to breathe in, breathe in. Let the process happen. As you hold your breath, calm down the heart. Feel that pressure within your lungs, pumping blood from your fingertips to your toes. If at any point you feel uncomfortable, open your eyes and recover. As long as there's no pain, I'm going to look to the right, and then I'm going to look to the left. Take your time. Coming back to the center, chin to the chest, pulling the navel towards the spinal cord. In. With the next breath I take, I recover my place, and from Zazen, from the center, open my fingers wide open, flat on the ground. I'm gonna go to the child's pose. Without moving my hips nor my knees, I'm gonna extend my arms as far forward as I can. With the forehead on the mat, facing the ground, I'm gonna start exhaling with the F, pulling the belly button towards the spinal cord as I go. Trying to go deeper than before. In. Holding my breath, I'm going to bring my right knee behind my right thumb. Then I cross it over with the toe, and I'm going to try to sit as far down as I can. If there's a distance right here because my leg is too stressed, or you can use maybe a sandbag, a weight, a towel, something comfortable for you to rest on the side. Once you're comfortable there, elbows to the ground. Try to rest the forehead down. If you don't reach to place the forehead on the ground, you can stack one fist over the other. The idea is that you remain as relaxed as you can. Committed yet, holding your breath, resting the forehead. As you start exhaling, try to relax the muscles on your neck. Keep exhaling, keep exhaling, keep exhaling. Empty your lungs. Yes. After a pause, into the nose. Beautiful. Deeper, deeper. With the lungs full, I return back to my hands. And we're gonna switch sides. Relaxing the muscles, I don't need to have intention anymore. SOS. Engaging the ones I must. Remember, this is not a contest. It's about exploring your own body. Forehead on the ground or on my fist. Chin to the chest. Exhalation happens. Empty my lungs. Belly button to the spine. All the way. In through the nose. Deeper, deeper, deeper. Deeper than before. Fantastic. I go up to the hands and go to Sasen just for a moment. There you go. I'm gonna sit on Sasen and recover. HAW. We're still on the set. Empty your lungs. HAW again. Belly button out. Pop the balloon. Next exhalation, releasing spleen, pancreas, digestive system. WHO into the nose. I pop the balloon. WHO. We're gonna return back to the F on the next exhalation. Keep your breathing. In through the nose. Holding my breath. Right ankle to the front. Left ankle stays on the side. Holding the ground with my hands. Fingertips pointing towards myself. I'm gonna rest the chin on the chest. Empty my lungs. Belly button to the spinal cord. I take all the time in the world to empty my lungs. You see, there's no rush. Do it though. Tired there. Should be a rush. In through the nose. Deeper, deeper. I'm gonna lock my elbows. Feel the stretching from my fingertips to my hands. And then from my hands touching the ground, along through my elbows, all the way to the shoulders. You can bounce side to side, holding your breath. Relax the muscles you don't need to tense. And by choice, not by default, you're gonna return back to the center, resting the chin on the chest, facing your legs. So exhalation happens all the way, closing with the S. In. Locking elbows. Shoulders back and down. Stretch. Surrender the neck. Let go the head to the gravity. Holding my breath. Look to the right. There should be no pain. There it is. I stop right away. And look to the left. Coming back to the center. Chin to the chest. I remain in the center. Exhalation happens. So everything is relaxed, but the belly button coming into the. By the time my lungs are empty, right. In. Open the blood vessels. Feel the prana circulating along your body. Holding my breath, calm down the heart. I'm gonna go up to Sasen just for a moment, and I'm gonna switch sides. Sit on the ground. Fingertips pointing towards myself, resting the chin on the chest. Back to the F. Exhalation happens. Take all the time in the world to empty your lungs. Get to the end. Like a wave, breathing in. Visualize that wave going into the ocean, being dragged to the ocean. And then as the wave is ready to approach the shore, you hold your breath. The wave tumbles. And when the wave is ready to crash on the shore, you go back to the center, chin to the chest with the F. Crashing that wave on the shore, take it out, take it out, take it out, take it out. The water becomes a foam. S. Pause. In. Express yourself. Hold it. And coming back to the center, sit on the ground, remain in the center, exhalation happens. In. Open my chest, allow the blood vessels to expand. Relax your back, relax your neck. HAW. Releasing anxiety of my heart. Again, into the nose. Feel the belly button pushing out, pushing out, pushing out. Your shoulders going back and down. Hold it for a moment. Warm it up. And by choice, not by default, pop the balloon. HAW. Surrendering the anxiety of the heart. One more time, in through the nose. We're gonna change the sound. WHO. Letting go any worry out of my spleen, my pancreas, my digestive system. In through the nose. Warm it up for a second, and then we pop the balloon. WHO. We continue. In through the nose. Holding my breath, I'm gonna extend both legs to the front. Let's give a break to my knees right now. I'm gonna extend both legs to the front. If you can reach all the way to your toes, be my guest. If you can't, no worries. It's not about being flexible, it's about letting go. I'm gonna breathe in through the nose. I'm gonna observe how deep my lung capacity can be filled. Feel the diaphragm contracted. Memorize that feeling of that muscle contracted there, no different from your biceps. Holding your breath, belly button out, legs, extending on the shins. Try to reach down without breaking comfortably. And then hold the legs, rest the chin on the chest. Exhalation happens. Empty my lungs with the F. Be easy. Be very easy. In through the nose. Holding my legs, I'm gonna extend the neck. And if I reach, I'm gonna go for the toes. If I don't, you can stay on your ankles. There you go, on your legs. When the moment comes, chin to the chest, exhalation happens. Empty my lung right here. We begin exhaling hotter, building up the fire. I breathe in through the nose, as deep as I can, and I'm gonna go for a swim. I'm gonna go for the stroke with the right arm by pushing the toe as far forward as possible. And then facing the ground, still with the F, exhalation happens, pulling the belly button into the spinal cord. Into the nose. Bring my head off the surface of the water and switching sides, pushing with the toe. Watch my heel still on the ground. Facing down, ear next to my shoulder, empty my lungs. In. Holding my breath, I start going back and forward, taking my time. It's no rush, remember? Just explore. And once you're comfortable enough, we're gonna slide the hands on the side of the feet. Once you reach the side of the feet, or as far as you can go, here we go. WHO, surrendering the torso towards the ground. Whew. Releasing all that worry, sitting on the spleen, the pancreas, the digestive system, all that stuckness there. Breathing in through the nose and release it. WHO, surrender to the gravity. Again. In through the nose, I reach a bit further. Observe how my body becomes a bit looser. I take advantage. When the moment comes, chin to the chest, WHO. Each exhalation, letting go as deep as you can. One more time, in through the nose. Enjoy that stretch. Sitting back, legs straight, HAW, and recover. Sip of water, please go ahead. All the water you want. Please remember, send comments, ideas for what you want to work with. I don't have the opportunity to see you in person, which I normally will do. This is my balcony. Welcome home. So I'm working based on your ideas, your suggestions, inspiration of the day. All right, let's keep going. Let's pump a little bit the heart. Open my fingertips wide open, flat on the ground. I'm gonna look for 2 imaginary basketballs underneath my mat, which means every single fingertip counts. In order to pay attention to the best posture I can find, first my lungs must be full. Here we go, breathing in through the nose. Holding my breath, I'm gonna go for the best child's pose I can portray. Toes together in the back, sitting on my heels, forehead on the ground. Once I'm ready for exhalation, I'm gonna start exhaling with the letter F, followed by the S when it goes silent. So I don't stop until my lungs are empty. In. Breathing in through the nose, facing the horizon. I'm gonna reach the ground with my chin by leaving my elbows on the ground. There you go, bending my elbows. Once I'm there, I'm gonna slide my chin forward, bringing the elbows up and the hips down. We have done this several times. This is the chaturanga I like to do. Pushing up, I'm gonna go on my toes, and stretching on the downward facing dog. Exhalation happens. So I'm gonna flex one knee at a time, so I begin walking around the park. There you go. Get very comfortable. Release the hips. You can go back and forward, breathing in. I'm gonna face the top of my mat, holding my breath. I can step forward, coming closer. Remember, the exercise must be released from your hips, guys. Release the hip, right there. Release the hip. Allow that range of motion to happen. It's natural. When the moment comes, try to bring my heels to the ground, chin to the chest, exhalation happens. Still with the F. Stretch. In. In through the nose, I'm going to return to the child's pose. And from the child's pose, we're going to begin holding the breath yet, extending forward, elbows on the ground. Sliding forward, elbows up, hips down, pushing up. And from here, I'm going to go to the child's pose and recover. Still on the letter F. So engage the abs. So, in. Holding my breath, warming up the engines. Presenting the chin. Super slow motion, there's no rush. Sliding forward. Pushing up. Here my knees are off the ground, by the way. Then I rest them down, go to the child's pose. Exhalation happens. In. Extending the chin. Super slow motion. Standing, knees off the mat, resting the knees down. Exhalation happens. I can bounce side to side, letting go right here, belly button to the spine. Yes, so. In. From Chin, slide it forward. Elbows up, hips down. Extend my arms, knees off the ground. Resting the knees. The last one. Keep exhaling, keep exhaling, keep exhaling, keep exhaling. In. Deeper in through the nose. I'm gonna go to Sassen. And I'm gonna recover HAW. Sip of water, please go ahead. All the water you want. Don't be shy with water. And somebody asked me about how many times you have to repeat the exercises. It's up to you. I suggest don't take too much time. You don't need too much time as long as your breathing is intentional. It's the breathing is the secret, not the time. So we're gonna continue. Into the nose. Holding my breath. I'm gonna stand up. Right. We're letting go a little bit of the body in general. I'm repeating the same exercises. The intention is not to teach you a lot of stuff. The intention is to share with you stuff good enough for you to repeat and repeat and repeat. Practice. Alright, we continue. My body might be flat on my heels. I'm gonna breathe into the nose, my toes are together, touching the ground. Making sure I breathe in by contracting the diaphragm. Feel this muscle lowering as you're breathing. Belly button pushing out, open the rib cage. And holding your breath because it's on the horizon for 45 degrees down. Holding your breath relies on muscles you need to have intention. When the moment comes, you imagine a feather on the horizon or the spot you pick, and you're going to keep that imaginary feather moving with the wind coming out of your lips. There you go. That is the curtain. Make sure my belly comes out. And holding my breath here, if you can, you know, you should be comfortable now. And allow your legs to bend, flex slightly. Holding your breath, relax your belly button, flatten your thighs, as well as and hold your legs back from behind. When we hold from the front, we break. When we hold from the back, we aid. When the moment comes to the chest back to the head, I'm going to start exhaling like playing myself. Holding my legs, I'm going to go halfway. And once there, when the arms are extended, I will extend one leg through my leg from the hip on that side. Then my hip is touching the side. Holding my breath yet, I'm going to surrender and switch sides. Releasing the hip, with the legs flexed, and touching the sky to the hip on the other side. When the moment comes, I come back to the center, extending my legs. I'm going to pull myself to my knees. The idea is you can bring your eyes socket forward. If you don't reach, don't worry. Your exhalation happens all the way. Becoming more relaxed as you surrender your life. I'm working on the heart. I surrender the rest. We bend. Into the chest and to my lungs. When you are said, I'm going to be a bit further forward. than the other. When it comes and you try to listen to them, exhalation happens. The next is in the gym, is stress. This exhalation, I'm gonna let go of the torso to the lower arm, which is the more HAW. First pushing the balloon towards the ground, you put the balloon, and the CHO, breathing deeper than before. Then you meditate, first in the chest, stand up, and recover. Please go ahead while you want to try with water. Very nice. Right, retention. For really thank you for being here. Consciente de la